And today we're going to actually do a little study group of the richest man in Babylon. Let me change this one down a little. Come on, bro. There we go. Okay, so I'm actually dual streaming. I'm on two phones right now. Have one side hitting TikTok, other side hitting YouTube. And what we're going to study today is the richest man in Babylon. People always ask me like, man, what are you doing in Zambia? What you doing? What got you so busy? This is what I'm doing, man. I am literally just studying a bunch of books, really focused on business, really focused on my next financial goals that I want to reach. And I'm not going to get there dreaming. And so, and this is actually coinciding with something I've been wanting to talk about a lot. Hey, how's it doing, Jay? 'Cause a lot of people think I'm special. Like, oh, you have money, you're from the US, all of this. No, man, I started out broke. I had car title loans, payday loans. I didn't grow up from financially literate family. Like, it just is what it is. It's not saying anything was wrong with my family, but financial literacy was not at the forefront. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, YouTube family. But so because I didn't grow up from a family that knew anything about financial literacy, they only taught me debt and things that can get you put in jail. I ended up because of that, I really had to have a come to Jesus moment at one point, and I had to admit I don't understand what finances is, and so I had to start learning and start studying. And like the person you see today is the remnants of learning and studying from people who did understand financial literacy until I could actually start understanding it myself and applying it to my actual life. And that's the key. Like this, if you take anything from me, take this one thing. Knowledge without action is useless. You can know all the stuff in the world, but if you're not able to take action on it and move on it, it doesn't matter. It's not going to get you anywhere. Uh, you're just going to be a know-it-all that doesn't get any results. And I was one of those. And so today we're going to read The Richest Man in Babylon. And I'm just jumping around. So I'm going to be doing these every day. I'm going to do a live going through some of the study materials I do. But I'm not going to be reading the entire book. I do encourage you to purchase this book, Richest Man in Babylon. Trying to get it on both cameras. I do encourage you to purchase this. This is a really good book. If you're in South Africa, Botswana, or Zambia, you can purchase them in each of those countries. I got this one from East Park here in Zambia and Lusaka. And so this is from the chapter of the 7 cures for a lean purse. And this is the first cure. Now, what I'm going to do as I'm reading, I'm going to break some things down. Because a lot of problems when people start reading books like this, because of the culture of English that they're speaking, it's from an old culture, old English. Sometimes it doesn't put the proper images in our heads, and this is what stops a lot of people from being able to take action on books. If you are going to go back and read old financial books, things of these natures, um, definitely try to read them at least 3 to 5 times. I usually read, so like this book, I read this book every year. I have a few books that's on yearly rotation. I have some books that are on quarterly rotation, but I read a consistent set of the same books over and over and over again. Every time you read the book again, you're coming from a different perspective and a better understanding of where you was when you first read it. So just be mindful of that. So this is the first cure. Start thy pursuit to fatten. And what it's talking about fattening is earning more money, getting more money coming into you. This is all this is talking about. Arcad addressed a thoughtful man in the second row. My good friend, at what craft work is thou? And he just asked, hey man, what you do for work, bro? What kind of job you got, man? Let's talk about it. Because all this is right now, this is just to set the scene for you. This is a bunch of men that come together because they want to learn how to earn more money from the richest man in the town. And the town is Babylon. And so Arcad is the richest man, and he's just saying, yo, what y'all do, man? Talk to me. I can't help you if I don't know you. And then I, replied the man, am a scribe and carve records upon the clay tablets. He's an author. Like, if we're going to compare that to today's world, he's an author. They're still author today. Like, we know people who write books to this day. So, like, don't make it seem like the things they're talking about don't exist for the time that you live in right now. It's all the same. Even at such labor did I myself earn my first coppers. Therefore, thou hast the same opportunity to build a fortune. Now, Arcade is telling him there in that little paragraph, he's saying, guess what, man? I started out as a scribe too. I was an author when I first started out, and I was just earning copper back then. Now you see me running around with all this gold, but you didn't see me when I was making this copper. This is all he's saying to him. He's like, dude, I did the same thing. So I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs. He spoke to a florid-faced man farther back. Pray tell also, what dost thou to earn thy bread? I, responded this man, am a meat butcher. I do buy the goats the farmers raise. And kill them and sell the meat to the housewives and the hides to the sandal makers. Because thou dost also labor and earn. Thou hast every advantage to succeed that I did possess. In this way did Arcade proceed to find out how each man labored to earn his living. When he had done questioning them, he said, now, my students, ye can see that there are many trades and labors at which man may earn coins. Each of the ways of earning is a stream of gold, from which the worker doth divert by his labors a portion to his own purse. He just broke down the game right there. Have you ever caught yourself saying like, oh man, I just wish I had the opportunity. I wish I was smart enough, or man, if I was lucky. The world we live in teaches us that we need to be lucky to become successful. And the truth is, we need to be determined that we are already successful, and we just need to go and earn it. Like, everything that we need is already born within us. It's the society that we live in that is telling us that we're lacking, that we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, all of these different things. And you tackle that with some of the government systems out there made, how poverty is a profitable thing. Like, if poverty wasn't profitable, crime, homelessness, people not having food, all of these things would actually not exist. They're forms of poverty, which is a big business around the world. But what he's saying is, we all are born in the same system. No one has a bigger advantage than the next person. You're not seeing the sacrifices. I remember when he also said how, man, I was a scribe too. That's how I earned some of my first coppers. But then you see how he told the butcher and the other guy, like the butcher, dude, you can sell the meat, you can sell the hide to the people who make sandals. There's so many ways to make money. We're making it more complicated than what it is. Earning money is not a complicated thing. It's a two-step process. Find a problem and then create a solution to that problem. That is it. Some problems come around at very strategic times. Those are the problems that we are told to look at all the time, like look at the creation of the internet, Tesla, electric. Who cares? Who cares about that stuff? But guess what? Guess what are problems that everybody needs? Food. Healthy food. People need better accommodations, more affordable accommodations to live in. People need books to read. People need clothes. Like, can you crochet? Can you sew? Like, what can you do? What talent do you have? Can you bake? There's always going to be somebody that wants a scone or want a cupcake or a cake. Like, there's never going to be not enough opportunity for everyone. And because that's how we've been taught to think in the modern school systems, is making us go against the actual laws of money. Like, there are reasons why money isn't coming to a lot of people. It isn't because they don't deserve it. They're breaking these spiritual rules and laws that concern money. And listen to this last part. I want to read this last sentence again. From which the worker doth divert by his labors a portion to his own purse. That means pay yourself. You will never make enough money on your salary. You will never make enough money if you win a lottery, like all of these things that we've been taught we need to be lucky, or, oh man, if only I get here, if only I get here. I remember so many times in my life, I was just like, man, once I get to $100,000 a year, man, my life is going to be so great. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to do such great things. And when I looked up and I finally learned how to budget and I did my budget, I was well over making $100,000 a year. And I was like, this is my life. I was in debt. I still had a car title loan at that time. And I'm not saying this to be funny, but it was like, I didn't know any better. I was just thinking like, oh, if I just earn enough, if I hustle harder, like I'm not good enough. I'm not doing things right. And the truth was, I wasn't learning how to understand money. I didn't learn the laws of it. I didn't learn how to handle it. And I had to start having these real conversations with myself. And I started telling myself, my mom didn't have time to try to teach me to balance the checkbook or sit down and read books like this with me. She was working to make sure that we had food on the table, roof over our head, clothes on our back. Like, it was tough. Like, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying like, dude, it's not easy out here raising three boys by yourself. Like, come on, like, we don't even need to play ourselves on that. Like, I'm so grateful for everything she provided us because, I didn't have much lack in my life, to be honest with you. I was always able to stay up on video game systems, minus the family issues such as drug abuse throughout my uncles and, the nonsense that comes with that. My mom did a great job making sure I didn't have to grow up in the worst areas and things like that. And I'm proud of that. It sucked. I had to go see some of those bad areas, but at the end of the day, I'm blessed that I wasn't raised in those. I was able to get out of that and get to the suburbs, and she did provide a better opportunity for me, and I'm forever grateful for that. Yeah, I think sometimes we're so caught up in our angst for not being where we want to be. We try to take those things and use it in a negative way towards our family and loved ones for what they may have did in the past. But sometimes you got to give them grace, man. They did the best they could do with what they had. Each and every day when I'm learning more about this stuff, I'm realizing like, man, if I would have been thinking like this 2 years ago, if I would have been thinking like this 4 years ago, like, give yourself grace. This is a forever learning thing. But let's continue on. Therefore, into the purse of each of you flows a stream of coins, large or small, according to his ability. Is it not so? And what he's saying here, what Akkad is saying to the men, he's telling them, you have limitless potential of earning money based off of your skill sets. So you can't say that the access to money doesn't exist. We all have this same access to money. Even if you're telling me right now, Jason, I don't work, I don't do this, I'm just sitting at home. But if you're watching me through a smartphone, you can literally get on one of these social media channels and actually just start reading books. If you crochet, crochet. If you do yoga on there. Like, whatever it is in the world that you do, you can provide value. Like, it's so crazy now with this digital era of what Akkad is saying here. I'm like, we all need to be reading this book. We need to get rid of some of these history books and nonsense, and we need to start understanding this. Like, we have access to a limitless flow of money now. We have access to people all around the world. I bet you between these two lives, there's probably at least 3 to 4 countries between two lives. You couldn't have done that 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Let alone back when this book was written. Like, the life we live now is such a privilege. We should be thanking God, Creator, Allah, whatever you believe in. We should be thanking that entity every single day we're able to wake up and get another breath of air. Like, the ability to create multiple streams of income is crazy now. The ability to change your life is crazy now. We only have 2 goals that we need to be focused on in this life: financial independence and financial freedom. Once you reach your first level of financial freedom, it expands. It gets bigger, 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 bigger. The things I can do now in my life, I wasn't able to do when I first left in 2015. The things that I can do in 2025 will be nothing compared to what I can do right now. Like, that's why we only have two goals. You don't need to focus on any other goal. Forget a smart goal. Forget all of this nonsense. These people are sitting here choking. They're shoving it down your throat to get money from you. They're lying to you. The only goals you need is one, financial literacy. Once you get enough financial literacy, is understanding money, you go into action. Once you go into action, you create number two, which is financial freedom. It is a lot cheaper to be financially free to be a slave in today's world. Please hear me on that. And I'm not joking and I'm not being funny. I'm not a multimillionaire and I'm living a great fucking life. Like, I'm on my fourth country that I've been chasing residency in. I've had residency in Colombia. I had residency in Panama. I had a temporary residency for South Africa. Like, I'm going back to get residency for Botswana. I have permanent residency here in Zambia. That is a blessing. Everybody can't do this. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not a multimillionaire yet. Financial freedom is way cheaper than being a debt slave. We're all been born into debt slavery. It doesn't matter what country you come from. It doesn't matter your religion, your sex. None of that stuff matters. Like, the reason why most conflicts are even around right now between people is dealing with money. It's stressful not knowing, man, can I pay my bills next month? Every country in the world right now, the housing crisis is crazy. People cannot afford to live anymore. Even here around me, people are building houses, and these houses are yes, I can afford them, but I'm the exception. I'm not the rule. They're not building for their people. And the reason why people are making these mistakes, they do not understand the laws of money. Like here, and like most places, once a person moves out of the rental, they want to raise the rates. Did you know there's a time frame to raise the rates of actual rental? Every 3 years, then you go 5 years, and then you go 7 years, and then you repeat back 3, 5, 7. It is a natural cycle. Now, even right now, as I'm talking to you all on live, I'm studying real estate at the same time. It's in the background, just low. Like, because I became financially free, I own 24 hours of my day to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't wake up to go to work. I don't answer to a boss. I don't need to ask someone for permission if I want to go to South Africa next week. That is financial freedom. And I'm telling you right now, it's a lot cheaper than being a slave to debt. They're lying to us. Until you become financially free and learn how to use debt to earn money, do not use debt. Even me. Most people be like, oh man, you gotta have this, that. I have one credit card and it has $1,000 limit. There is no excuse for me to spend over $1,000 in a month, so I don't need anything over that. Like, that's all I have for a credit card to keep my credit line open. That is it. Like, it's to the point now where it has become sickening to me because the financial literacy is so put in the back. Like, nobody wants to tell the truth. Nobody wants to tell you that at the end of the day, probably about 99% of the people on this earth do not understand money, and that is including people who we consider rich, quote unquote. They do not understand money. Most of the reason why the world is collapsing, the people who created the system are gone. They're not here anymore. And they've been off this planet for a long time. The system they created was such a good system from a financial point. It's just been manipulated negatively. But if you find the real financial system, it works in natural orders of God's laws. This is why it's not a problem being wealthy. Like, this is scary now because so many people are doing things they don't have to do. And I'm like, you do realize the world we live in now, like you can create an MSI in less than a minute. I've been playing with AI. I now have something I'm going to be releasing on my YouTube. And make sure you check it out, Jason Chaney 777. But I'm now doing an AI clone of myself to start doing some of my videos. And I have like catchy titles and stuff. And just making little 30-second snippets. Like, if you have a smartphone, you can do that. And most of this stuff is free. Like, it's not that bad at all. Like, I created a whole mock-up in ChatGPT for a restaurant that I'm thinking about opening up once I get approved from the campus, because it's on the university. I have my color scheme. I had the business plan done. I have a projection for 5 years to get profitable, where I want those profits to be. Like, all these different things. And plus, I was able to create an email catch list or email catch list page where all I had to do is send it straight to their WhatsApp, and now they're in my rewards program. And I did all of this online. It took me like 30 minutes. The hardest part was stopping the other video that I was taking the prompt from word for word. But guess what? Who's telling you this stuff? No one. Everyone else out here is telling you AI is going to take jobs. AI is going to do this. Like, they're just wanting you to not understand that AI is a way to make money. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Everyone has the opportunity to earn whatever currency they want. All you need to be able to do is legally sell a product in that country to get that currency. Like I tell people here in Zambia, if you have stable internet, you can earn dollars here. You can earn dollars. It's not hard to earn dollars. You don't even need to go to America anymore. That's the funny thing. Like, if you create a huge following between TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and if majority of your followers happen to be in the United States, guess where your watch hours come from? US dollar earning countries. They're going to pay you the equivalent in dollars in your currency. Like, it's not rocket science anymore. But let's get back to the reading. Thereupon they agreed that it was so. Then continued Archive. If each of you desire to build for himself a fortune, is it not wise to start by utilizing that source of wealth which he already has established? And all he's saying is, like, set aside, and I'm just telling you, this is the principle. This is principle number one. Pay yourself first 10% of your earnings. If you earn $1,000, you pay yourself $100. If you earn 1,000 kwacha, you pay yourself 100 kwacha. If you earn 1,000 rand, pay yourself 100 rand, and so forth. Whatever your currency is, you pay yourself 10% of what you earn. If you are making money by the day, then you set that aside from everything that you earn throughout that day. If you're paid monthly, you do it by the month. If it's bi-weekly, you pay yourself 10%. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Let me put my do not disturb on. There we go. All right, sorry about that. People always want to call when you're on a live. And so that's all he's saying is pay yourself 10%. When you save yourself 10%, you keep doing this, then you use that large sum of money to actually be able to do something that you want to do, and within the range that you want to do. This is where a lot of people mess up also. So many people are looking at all the multi-million-dollar deals, and they're not paying attention to any of the $100 deals or $1,000 deals. Like, even here, it's funny when people they'll be like, "Oh man, I got a business deal for you. It's just gonna be 100,000 USD," and I'm just like, "You think I'm gonna just hand? Even if I have 100,000 USD to just hand over, you think I'm gonna just hand it to you because I met you and you recognize my accent from the US? Are you crazy? I don't see no legal paperwork. You don't have no business plan. You haven't said anything of value to me to make me believe you even understand how to do this, or you have done this." Like, I don't even look at those deals. I don't even talk to people. Like, deals like that, I'm like, okay, if I know somebody, I'll shoot them your way. You shouldn't be paying attention to stuff that is not in your range. And it goes back to, we have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to money. Not saying you don't have $1 million deal capabilities in you, just saying you might not be there right now at this time. So go where you're at. So like I'm gonna give you some of my stuff. So if you're in Zambia, rip this off if you want to. Like I plan on, I'm putting my business intent of occupying the restaurant at the school to do that. Um, Not expensive at all. I'm just paying the school rent and then whatever it costs for the food and the labor. But like I'm planning on doing Yango investments as far as purchasing cars. That I have a partner with that, so that's gonna split that cost 50-50, and that's doing it with used cars first, and just to get ground inventory running. I plan on doing actual motos, the electric motorbikes, getting those, putting those on Yango. I'm actually looking into now going to Tanzania to purchase electric bicycles to come here and rent those out to some of the college students that are delivering Yango on the bicycles. Like simple things. Like you don't have to be looking at like, oh, I need to go get a gold mine. For what? Why? Do you know how to tell the difference between gold and pyrite? Do you know how to know what the mineral rights? Like it's so much stuff there at those levels. It's like if you're not at that level, you're not going to know what to do. So why waste your time even thinking about that level? Work in the level that you're at. I'm pretty sure everybody in here who's watching between the two lives, we all can understand how to buy a used car and rent it out to someone to where they're driving for you on Yango and they're paying you a certain amount every week. That's not rocket science. You don't need to pass high school for that. And I'm a college dropout. Same thing goes with the motorbikes. They're just paying you a weekly rental. Same thing for the electric bikes from the college students. They're just paying you a weekly rental fee. That's all it is. It's nothing complicated, but those little businesses can create you millions of dollars in profit if you're just willing to discipline yourself and do it for 5 or 10 years. But because most people are not willing to work at the level they're at, they're looking so much at the big deal, the big deal, the big deal. Because oh, that's where it's at. They're all the money that's around is just throwing them going nowhere. And usually that's where foreigners come and pick up. Because like a person like me, I'm analyzing the country of Zambia. Yes, I like living here, but do you think I'm not looking to see what are the problems here? Okay, there need to be more cars on the road. There need to be more delivery. Their transportation, their logistics is not up to where it need to be with the number of people that live here. So that's a shortage. So if I see a bunch of people are struggling and they're driving the cars down to the cars are barely running anymore because they're overworked as far as having to produce so much money a week and paying the owner of the vehicle their part. What if I cut that fee in half? It'll bring more people to want to work for me. They're able to earn more money. The stipulation is treat my car with respect. Like this is giving you a chance to earn more money. Treat the car with respect. And now it's changing the culture. And it's just doing something simple as buying used cars. Like this is how easy it is in this world to actually make money. Like there's no problems with people making money. It's just a lot of times we feel we're not adequate enough or smart enough to do it. And I'm telling you, it's a lie. Like if you want to get smarter, just read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Read it 5 times. I guarantee you read this 5 times in a row, back to back to back. By the time you even get halfway through in the 5th time, you're gonna be like, dude, I can't keep reading this book. I need to go get into action. You're gonna start looking at everything you do differently. Like this is why, like I spend the majority of my time in my house. Like I make my house comfortable. Like I pay a higher rent to be in a comfortable house because there's no point in me being out there in the streets. Like it's 6:30 right now. I could be at Granddaddy's, it's right down the road from me, or go to Black. But for what? Like that money I'll be spending in 1 month, that's enough money to actually get a used car or something that could be making me money. And I've just thrown it to no. Self-discipline, people. Self-discipline. Like once you start understanding these rules and you see the opportunity that's around, you don't fall for this BS of this is the nightlife or ooh, this is what fun is. That shit is not fun. Let me tell you right now, being broke is not fun. I remember how I felt being broke with a car title loan and payday loans. That shit was not fun. I did not like it. I wasn't proud of myself. I felt like a loser at the time. And I was just like, damn, I survived war and I don't even know how to manage my fucking money. Like, it's not cute. And we need to be real about it. Financial freedom is cute. Financial freedom feels good. Knowing that I can come and live in Zambia, I don't have to sit here and lie and scam people on real estate like some of the people doing on the continent. Like, I don't have to be stealing from anybody or even being here illegal like some people may be. Like, you can't beat the life of financial freedom. Like, I wish I could get more people to talk about this, but we live in a world now where when people are telling you the truth, they're a pariah. The majority of the world is broke. It's not cute. Even people with money are broke. People in the US are not rich. A lot of those people are swarming in debt and they're not telling you the truth. The media is not telling you the truth. People are struggling, man, because people do not know what to do. You cannot earn more than you make. The funny thing about it was, I don't even know when I went from $30,000 in the military to making almost $120,000 a year. I don't even know how it came along. But guess what? My expenses just kept going up, 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 and up, up and up. I wasn't saving any more money. I was still living paycheck to paycheck. I was still grumpy because, like, shit, I got to pay my health insurance. Like, it was cheaper for me to pay my health insurance out of pocket than to use my actual insurance deductibles. It was an arm and a leg, and that was at that time. My late wife, she was working for the insurance company. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like, until I started learning financial literacy, educating myself, and I used to stay up to midnight. I would be up watching Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman, and then there was a Canadian show called Till Debt, where the Canadian financial lady, she would go help couples, married couples. At that time, Cece and I would wake up every freaking Saturday night. We would watch that show, all those shows. We would take notes, and then we would actually start looking at our finances, writing it down. Like, okay, she says this. Okay, Dave says this. Susie say we can do this. Like, where we at? That's what we were doing. Like, I'm telling you, like, life was not looking good. That was even sitting in the beautiful 4-bedroom house. I had no problems paying it off, but I was still swarming in debt. Like, it wasn't pretty. And I don't know why people think being broke is pretty. It's not. It's not cute at all. And when I actually started focusing on my financial freedom, taking the financial independency and literacy and putting it in action, that is the only time you become financial free. You have to put your financial literacy within action, which is why there's only two goals we need to focus on in this world and nothing else: financial literacy, financial freedom, and scale that to the level of freedom that you want for your life. Just to give you an example why that's the only two, let's say if you want to eat healthy. Guess what? Eating healthy is expensive. So if you already have bad eating habits, you can't afford to eat better than your habits. So you might as well focus on financial literacy and financial freedom. Then you can eat however the hell you want. It's funny for me being plant-based slash vegan. No matter where I go, people are always like, "Oh man, it's expensive to eat that way." I'm financially free. I don't have a burden of debt. I can eat however I want and pay the price wherever I go. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes I don't like the extent I have to go to get things, but it's just like, at the end of the day, I've never been in a country where I'm like, man, I can't find food. Or I keep reading these books, I keep realizing the whole educational system is avoiding to tell us any of this shit. Because we've been bred to be in a slave work system. Going to universities is slavery. You're paying to get you're paying to get the education to get a better job that you can't get unless you go get their education. Make it make sense. But like, no matter where you go in the world, I guarantee you have a Yango, Uber, Indra, Lyft, whatever other driving service out there, or food delivery service, you have someone with an advanced degree doing that job. Schools do not make jobs. Entrepreneurs make jobs. But how do you make an entrepreneur? You have to become financially free. You have to have the excess money to be able to do the things at the level that you want to try to improve. That is the only way. I wasn't able to buy land here in Zambia because I'm rich. I wasn't able to put in things for businesses and stuff here because I'm rich. It's because I'm financially free here, and my focus is able to go into the areas that I want. So my first year here, I focused on acquiring land. I have enough land right now. Still looking at a little bit more. But now my focus is I want to start earning money in Quacha. I want Quacha producing businesses. It's about MSIs, nothing else. So guess what? I have businesses here that's getting started up. I'm about to start clearing the land out in Chasefu, where I got some land in the council. Like I'm about to start focusing on clearing the land so I can start putting up the shops, get the warehouse shop out here. I'm focused on getting cars for Yango, getting motorbikes for Yango, and also getting electric bikes for Yango. But also at the same time, I have some business things that I'm partnering with in South Africa. Like it's about amassing multiple streams of income. That is the only way to get yourself out of your financial situation. You can't work yourself out of where you are. I got lucky. I've committed one of the biggest sacrifices, which was go to the military and go to war. That's how I was able to get where I'm at right now. And it's funny. I just talked to a buddy of mine, and this shows you how like the shit is. It's a fucked up game. I'm sorry, I can't say it. The game is messed up, yo. This game is messed up. So he did his full 20. He's retired now. He's in Texas. He hating life. I was like, hey, what's up, bro, man? How you doing, man? How the family? I'm alive, man. How are you? And I'm like, bro, you just alive? It's a beautiful day, man. But like, he's so beaten down, and because he's done all of that hard work, but because he's still in that system, he's not at financial freedom. He doesn't have the opportunity to do everything that he wants to do at the levels that he desired to do it at. And he has a family to think about. So like he doesn't have the luxury that I have where I can just up and move and say, hey, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Just think about it, man. Because this game is rigged and people are not telling us the truth. So let me go ahead and finish this up because we almost through. Then Arkad turned to a humble man who had declared himself an egg merchant. If thou select one of thy baskets and put into it each morning 10 eggs, and take out from it each evening 9 eggs, what will eventually happen? It will become in time overflowing. Why? Because each day I put in one more egg than I take out. Arkad turned to the class with a smile. Does any man here have a lean purse? Like, you can't be walking around broke. Pay yourself. If you can't do it today, that's cool. But when you get paid, pay yourself. Once you start this discipline, you're going to see something multiply inside of you. What I mean is, after you do this for about a year, you're going to start, one, it's easy to do it because you can just do it off autopilot. It's now a part of our muscle memory because it has moved to our subconscious mind through repetitive action. But the thing that happens to it also, because now it's in the subconscious, which is our control guide, you're going to start seeing other areas to cut money and build that up faster. One of the true story, one of the things that I realized was at one point I was spending $300 a month on gourmet cheese. You know, I'm buying all the smoked Goudas and all of this. I cut that shit off. I cut it off, man. I was like, look, I understand I can't eat that American cheese, but I was like, I'm not gonna be spending no $300 on no cheese anymore. I'll be damned. I'll figure out how to make it myself before I do that, or go buy a cow and milk it every day. But I was like, I'm not finna keep wasting this money right here. And mind you, after my first year of savings, I had saved enough money. I did the 52-week challenge in a bucket. I taped it all up so I couldn't get in it to get the money. And I had too much of a identity of like, I'm not gonna go that broke to where I'm doing like drug addict stuff. Like, look, if you have family that was drugs, you know what I mean. Like, they'll break into the craziest thing. But after that, I went on a cruise, and I enjoyed myself, man. And so then he says, "All right," he continued. No, no. First they looked amused, then they laughed. Lastly, they waved their purses in jest. All right, he continued. Now I should tell thee the first remedy I learned to cure a lean purse. Do exactly as I have suggested to the egg merchant. For every 10 coins thou placest within thy purse, take out for use but 9. Pay yourself 10%. Remember, these are laws of the universe. 10%. That's all you need to pay yourself every month or however your pay schedule is, but do 10%. Thy purse will start to fatten at once, and its increasing weight will feel good in thy hand and bring satisfaction to thy soul. Decide not what I say because of its simplicity. Truth is always simple. I told thee I would tell how I built my fortune. This was my beginning. I too carried a lean purse and cursed it because there was not within to satisfy my desires. But when I began to take out from my purse but 9 parts of 10 I put in, it began to fatten. So will thine. This is so true. Until I started disciplining myself, I wasn't able to do anything in my life. I wasn't able to go on trips. You have to learn, and this is the first part of financial independency, is the actual taking of action. It isn't just about reading, 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 reading. So if you really want to jump into the two goal structure that you need to be focused on, financial independency, start taking action towards your financial freedom, which is the second one, and start paying yourself 10%. This is very important. And so, man, let's finish up. Now I will tell a strange truth, the reason for which I know not. When I ceased to pay out more than 9/10 of my earnings, I managed to get along just as well. This is so true, man. So many of us, because we do not have discipline when it comes to money, don't even realize how much money we just blow away. We just blow it on nonsense. This is why they use marketing, like when you go to the grocery store and they make sure they put like little candies, something you can just grab in your hand. And usually these are sweet or addictive type things or just really tiny things that just fit in your hand. It's psychological marketing because they know if you came in and said, "Oh, I need you to spend, let's say, a hundred bucks," but then you may be looking like, "Oh, I'm just at 60." They know they can probably get an extra $10 to $20 off of you from that end cap. That's just from psychological. You came in with 100, so you're going to spend even more. You may spend more than what you actually needed to, and that's how we actually waste a lot of the money that we have. If you ever do the envelope system, you see this. Like you'll start seeing when you have to put in the coins and all of that. Even myself, when I first did it, and I still do it to this day. This is why I don't really use the envelope system. Just 'cause I hate carrying around change. I would just start saying, "Don't give me the change. You're just throwing money away." Like it's just a thing. So I do it more digital now. But when you're first starting out, sometimes some people need to feel the money. They need to have that feeling of it. But now that I'm in a place where I'm disciplined in that area, I do majority of my budgeting just debit, and that's why I do off my credit card. I I know at the end of the day, my costs will never become over $1,000 a month to live, and so with that, I use everything from my credit card, and I just pay my credit card off every 2 weeks to every month, just depending on the cycle how I'm doing it. But that's it. I was not shorter than before. Also, ere long, did coins come to me more easily than before. Surely it is a law of the gods that unto him who keepeth and spendeth not a certain part of all his earnings shall gold come more easily. Likewise, him whose purse is empty does gold avoid. Which desirest thou the most? Is it the gratification of thy desires of each day, a jewel, a bit of finery, better raiment, more food? He's saying the same things we're in today. Are you focused on the name brands? Are you getting Nikes? Are you focused on Louis Vuitton, Gucci, or you need the financially free? Those are the only two problems that exist in the world. Everything else can be changed through money, good or bad. Yes, there's problems in the world. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but what I'm saying is there's not enough money going towards those problems to stop those problems. And how do you stop the problems? You with money, you create a system that those problems are not allowed to be in. So with each business that I'm building here, I'm using positive business psychology, the things I've learned through Procter Gamble Institute. Like I'm not gonna be coming here like, oh, you need to work like oh, if you're gonna drive Yango for me, you need to pay me 3,000 kwacha a month because I'm giving you a better car. No, pay me 1,000 kwacha a week. I mean, yeah, a week, not a month. Pay me 1,000 kwacha a week. That gives you about 5 days because you can earn 1,000 kwachas driving Yango within a day, really. But let's say two, just being a little lazy. And then that gives you 5 days to go earn money every single week. Can you tell me you're not going to be able to prosper? But like, that's the way it is. Like, and the other thing, like where he said, let me see, or is it substantial belongings, gold, lands, herds, which is cattle, or something like, or Escom. All of these are different things. I'm sorry, YouTube. I don't know what's going on this side. But let's go ahead and finish off this little paragraph. This, my students, was the first cure I did discover for my lean purse. For each 10 coins I put in, to spend but 9. Debate this amongst yourselves. If any man proves it untrue, tell me upon the morrow when we shall meet again. That was just a mic drop right there. That was just him saying mic drop. But essentially, he was just saying, like, you can try to prove me untrue, but why not just do and take the path that's already guaranteed to get you to success? Sometimes a lot of us want to, be the rebel or like I'm going against the grain. Well, just take the fucking easy route. Take the path someone's already put before you. Pay yourself 10% of your earning wages every month. If you earn by the day, pay yourself 10% of everything you earn each day. If it's weekly, pay yourself weekly. If it's bi-weekly, do it bi-weekly. If it's monthly, do it monthly. Just pay yourself. And if you can't discipline something such as that as paying yourself, giving yourself money. Like, we all like to get money when people give us money. It makes us smile. But like, if you're not even willing to give yourself money, why would someone else give you money in a business? When I started figuring that out, I changed my life. I was like, you know what? I'm paying myself every fucking month. Sometimes I give myself a bonus. But that's it, man. And that's The Richest Man in Babylon. That's just from that excerpt. If you want me to continue with the second cure, because there's 7 cures, let me know and I can just continue going on with this. Or I can do how I was going to do, like just go switch between books, just to give you little excerpts of each book. We breaking it down, having this little study time. I'm going to be doing this every night around 6 p.m. my time, 1800 Zambia time. Just something fun to do, way to get back on lives. And this is information I think everybody needs to know, man. Like, I know I always talk about these books that I'm reading, but I don't break down how I read books now. Like, I used to, the last book that got me I got really confused with before was Think and Grow Rich, when I first tried to read it. Like, I was so frustrated because I'm like, man, what is he saying? Like, I need to understand this. Like, if this the answers to tell me how to get rich, like, bro, you need to talk to me. And like, I was just hearing like this old English, old brother, like, and I'm just like, what the hell is this man saying? I'm like, when was this written? Then I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, I don't understand it right now, but let me keep going. Let me read it again, but let me read it in a different way. So I just listened to it on Audible. I was just walking, that way I was tuning in and out, in and out. Some of it I was understanding, some of it I wasn't, but then I just kept doing it. My 4th time through the book, I ran home and told my wife at the time. I was like, yo, you know this ninja talking like us? She's like, what you talking about? I'm like, Think and Grow Rich. I'm like, this dude using our slang right now. It was the funniest thing because I had no freaking clue, man. When I first read it, I just couldn't understand. It was just language I didn't understand, words I didn't understand. Like my head was hurting. I had a headache. But then when I just kept going, I started understanding what he was saying, and then I started relating to what he was saying. And so don't don't be afraid if you don't understand something the first time you get it. It's okay. Like give yourself grace. If this book is new to you, you probably wouldn't have understood that passage I just read. That's what I'm just trying to break it down into normal, everyday terms that we use now. It's nothing different. He's talking about the same people right now. If I get, let me see, if I get 15 people together right now to come on a live, I bet you all 15 of us have probably different skill sets, different masteries and competencies of different things that we can do. And each one has the ability to create millions and millions of dollars. Like there's no different than what he was doing right there. It's just we have to start understanding how to break things down simply, how to do business correctly, and how to play at the appropriate levels. A lot of us get scammed because we're trying to reach for something that we don't have the understanding. You don't have the insider's knowledge. Like, give you an example, like, because a lot of people be like, oh man, how you know all this stuff with Bitcoin mining and all of that? I was invested in Bitcoin mining back in 2020. Like this stuff now, like these little miners and stuff, these are just little lottery miners that I have going. But having these on all of my properties while people are living in the properties, that property is gonna be earning me money too, mining Bitcoin. Like that's it. But like I wouldn't have known that if I didn't get into it and take a chance in 2020. When I first started learning about Bitcoin, I was pissed. Yo, I was angry. It was this black dude. It was one of these black hoteps dudes. This is why I don't really care for hoteps too much. Okay, story time. I really don't give too many personal stories. I do give these ones. So this was one of my last times I was pissed in a business standpoint. I can't even remember this dude's name. He had dreads and everything. One of them hotels dude. And so he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach y'all crypto, man. I got this crypto stuff. I've been learning it. Da 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 da." Now, mind you, I've been looking into crypto, and I was just like, I can't get past the technical jargon. Like nobody was breaking down the crypto words to normal human words, and it's still hard even to this day to try to explain that on a digital level to someone who doesn't understand how wide open the digital space is or the digital world we live in today. Most people think we still live in WWW1, World Wide Web 1. We don't live there anymore. I think we're in World Wide Web 6 now or 7 because of how far AI's gone. But so when I paid like $20 for it too. So I paid it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna learn how to do my crypto, get my wallet. I shit you not, this dude just went and copied and pasted the same stuff you can find on the internet. We'd be like, what is blockchain? I was so mad, yo. I was like, man, I could beat this dude. I was like, how you gonna do? You talk all of this pro black, all of this, and I was like, bro, you fake. And ever since then, I never even followed him again. I deleted the little crypto ebook thing. I was just so annoyed, and I just went and figured it out on my own. And it was a struggle, yo. Like trying to figure out your first wallet. Like it wasn't now like how you have a Robinhood and all of that. Before that, you had to go find a wallet that wasn't going to rip you off and steal your Bitcoin or whatever crypto you have. I still have, I think 11 billion Shiba Inu in my, it was in my Jax wallet, but I don't know how to get to it because they deactivated there's supposed to be a way I can get it, but I don't know how to get it yet. I just really haven't even paid too much attention. I just bought 11 million more Shiba. I'm like, at the end of the day, millionaire, billionaire. Where I'm at with my understanding of business, I'm like, that 11 million, like, if it get 50 cents, that's enough money for me to become a trillionaire. That's all I need. But yeah, man, you have to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Don't get mad if you don't know all of this stuff. especially if you haven't read some of these books. But do let me know if you want me to actually continue on with this one, or which I'll continue on to the second cure for a lean purse, or I will go on. So I was thinking tomorrow, if I switch books, I'm gonna do "You Were Born Rich" by Bob Proctor. But that's it for today. I appreciate you coming for story time, study time. We'll be doing this tomorrow also. I will also, like I did today in the titles, I will let you know which book it is that I'm reading from. So if you do want to pick up the book, you're able to too. Like I said, if you're in Zambia, South Africa, Botswana, U.S., of course, y'all know y'all can get these books. You can get all of these books at your local bookstore. If you're in Zambia, I picked up mine from the little kiosk in East Park Mall. I do believe Book World may have it also, but just ask them because I've seen this book everywhere. But other than that, just remember this: I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.